Okay, in this video I want to show you guys how, I just want to review how you follow along with these video lessons using your terminal and an editor. And um, so I have a lot of links. There are some files that Nick Parlante refers to in his videos. If you want to go, you can download from here the Google Python exercise is exercises.zip. Let me just show those in the Finder and open them up. And let's say I want to, you just move them where you want to work with them. I'm going to put them in my Summer Python folder here. Alright, so now I have the files that I want to work with. So I think one of the first ones that he kind of starts playing around with in this video is that hello.py. It doesn't look exactly the same, this one that's downloaded, as the one he's working with, because I think he's mucked with it in earlier videos or something. But you can still, you know, it'll give you something to start with, and you can always make changes to make it look like what he's got. So what I suggest is that you, well, first of all, the way you can tell kind of what is in the directory that you're at is if you use this ls command. So if I say ls, then it shows me, oh look, I've got my documents and my desktop and my movies and all that jazz, right? And it says right here, actually, I'm at TJ Leone. I think that's. Let me open another Finder window. New Finder window. Let me go there. If I go to Macintosh users, TJ Leone. Yeah, so you can see these are the same files that are being listed here. Are the ones in this TJ Leone directory. Okay, so that's kind of the directory that you open up with when you're in the terminal. But I want to work with the files in this folder, say. So what you can do is there's this other Unix command cd for change directory. Okay, so if I say cd and then a space, you can drag this folder like this. And you see this weird backslash. If you're on Windows and you're using Cygwin, you might see, and you have a space like that, you probably see quotes around the path name from beginning to end. But whatever, so if the path name looks weird, it's probably just that something was added to it to make it work inside of Unix. Okay, so if it doesn't look exactly like you expect the path name to look, just press Enter anyway. Just press Return or Enter on your keyboard to see what happens. So here on Mac on Terminal, it shows my the folder that I'm in right here. It says Google, and that folder shows up top here. So this is the folder that I'm in right now, which is this guy. Okay, on Cygwin, you'll likely see the whole path in yellow up before the prompt. All right, but okay, so now if I ls to list the directory contents again, now I see these files, which is what I want, right? So you can actually run the .py files directly by typing Python space and then the name of the file. Okay, so we're not going into the console now, we're just running the file. Okay, and there it says hello world. And then if you want to edit that file, you say edit hello.py, and your editor will come up. And again, if you're using Cygwin, this will be Notepad++. On the Mac, we got TextWrangler coming up. So there's this. So the reason why we need to use this setup actually for working through this set of videos, especially the file I/O ones, is that you need, and I think there might be some of the earlier ones too actually, you need to be able to pass in sysargs. So there's this module called sys, and basically what happens is when you run your this main function, we have this variable sys.argv, which is actually a list of strings, okay, starting with when you run Python hello.py, hello.py is the first string in this list. So it would be sys.argv0 would be hello.py. Okay. So when we ran it this time, we're just running it with hello.py. There's no so the length of the list is just 1 because there's only one element in it, hello.py. Okay. So in that case, we skip this if part and we go to the else and we set name equal to world, and we print out hello comma world because the value of name at this point is world. So that's why we see hello world here when we're printing it out. But notice there's another possibility. It says if the length of the list, of that argv list, if that length is bigger than or equal to 2, then we're going to set the name equal to sys.argv1. And remember, with lists, the numbering, the indexing starts with 0. So argv1 will give us the second thing in the list. So if I say Python hello.py Alice, it says hello Alice, because what it does is it goes here, it says, oh, you have 2 arguments. You have hello.py and you have Alice. So let me take that second one, right, sysargv1, and I'll use that for the name, and I'll print. So now name is equal to Alice. We don't do the else part. We do this part. And then since name is Alice, then we're going to print out hello Alice. Okay. So that's why you kind of need those. You need this setup. Okay. Let's see. If you're going to actually follow along, though, you're going to want to mush this down, probably. And kind of set it up, because what Nick Parlante is doing here is he's got an Emacs editor up here, which Emacs, if there are people out there using Emacs, then go for it. But it's I find TextWrangler and Notepad a lot easier to work with. So I suggest so we have the editor up on top editing the actual file, and then we have the this is our Unix prompt. Notice he's got the $ prompt there, and we've got our Unix prompt here. So sometimes he might go in and say, he wants to go to the console, so I'll just type in Python, and you get that, the prompt with the 3 greater than signs, and you might want to say like a = 7 and do Python stuff. But then you can quit out. And Nick Parlante demoed this in one of his videos. I don't know if I cut this cut this for you guys, but if you just type in what you think it might be, that can be a big help, because look at it prompts you and says, well, no, it's not quit, but if you use quit with 2 parentheses, or if you use Control D, then you can get out. So I'm going to say quit with the parentheses, and now I'm back to the $sign prompt. So you want to really pay attention to what prompt is up here. If you got this $sign, you know, this long like path name and the $sign, then you're talking about the Unix prompt, right? He's working off the Unix prompt. Otherwise, if you see the 3 greater than signs, you're in Python. Okay, so make sure you're clear when he's running these things where he's running them from. Is he in Unix or is he in Python? And then you know, do the right thing over here. The other thing, one other thing is with the CD. So if I do an ls here, and you can actually do ls minus al. That's helpful sometimes. So you see all these entries that start with a D. That's saying that this is a directory. So if you look here, see baby names, basic, copy special, log puzzle. Those are all folders, directories. So there's a D for directory in front of those entries. Baby names and basic and all those. So what that means is you can change and go into those directories, just like you would click here to see this list. You could change to the basic directory. We could say CD. Remember, CD is for changing directory. So CD space basic, and now you're looking at all of these guys. Okay. So I think that should be enough to get you started. Just you know, follow along, and like I said, this is when he's editing up here, that's your TextWrangler or Notepad++, and then when he's down here, that's your you know, your terminal on a Mac or your Cygwin terminal on a PC.